Imagine walking through a garden where every stone, every statue, and every wall could tell a story. What would they say? Would they regale us with tales of glory or whispers from the past? The monuments that stand tall and proud across cities and landscapes, these stone giants have seen empires rise and fall, battles fought, and peace restored. What if the whispering stones of our monuments could tell us their stories? These silent witnesses of the past are ready to break their silence and share with us the lessons of history. If we open our ears and our hearts to the voices of the monuments, they shall enlighten us with tales of courage, love, and the human spirit. One of the most iconic structures of the world, a marvel of architecture, one of the seven wonders, and a symbol of love that has stood the test of time, the Taj Mahal. Some call it a monument of love, others a jewel of art. But I like to think of it as the world's most extravagant apology note, written in marble. The marble monument, the Taj Mahal, proudly proclaims, yes, it is here where romance meets architectural genius. The Taj Mahal was commissioned by the Emperor Shah Jahan in the year 1632 to immortalize his love for his wife, Mumtaz Mahal. Now, you might think, why go through all this trouble just for love? But Shah Jahan was a man well ahead of his times. He knew that if he built this monument, his love story would be retold for centuries. It's like the original version of going viral, but with bricks and mortar instead. So when Mumtaz died, Shah Jahan began the construction of a monument so grand it would make all future lovers look cheap in comparison. The construction itself required 20,000 workers and 1,000 elephants. That's the Taj, a love letter you can see even from space. So, the next time you think about making a grand romantic gesture, just remember the Taj. And it's okay if you can't afford a monument of your own. Sometimes a heartfelt note or a simple I love you will do just as fine. Enunciating its prowess stands the red sandstone structure, the Red Fort, proclaiming to all beholders, my builder just loved red and white. He built a white marvel and thought, why stop at one monument when I can build a fort that will make people's jaws drop? And so, here I stand, the Red Fort, my walls a testament to his over-the-top taste and tales of history that are anything but ordinary. The construction of the Red Fort began in the 17th century, also commissioned by Shah Jahan. It houses the Diwan-e-Am and the Diwan-e-Khas. Oh, the Diwan-e-Am, the house of the public audience where Shah Jahan held court. As I walked through the Diwan-e-Am, it felt like its walls were telling me a story, whispering amongst themselves. Yes, they were narrating of the legendary meeting between Emperor Jahangir and Sir Thomas Roe. I could picture it. Sir Roe's eyes twinkling with a mixture of cunning confidence and charm. His words weaving a tapestry of diplomacy and trade that had even the emperor nodding his head in approval. A commendable feat. It seemed the walls of the Diwan-e-Am were smiling upon the moment history took a delightful turn. The East India Company established its presence in India, a step forward for new global commerce. As I absorbed the echoes of history, I couldn't help but think of the importance and the power of words and reflect on the idea that in the grand theater of life, sometimes all you need is the right stage and a bit of charm to make the right mark. And maybe just throw in a fabulous hat for good measure. As I walked to the Jallianwala Bagh, a profound silence enveloped me. The still air was telling me a story. The year is 1919. Everything is peaceful. The only sound is of the rustling of leaves. And suddenly, the silence is broken by gunshots, bullets, and the anguished screams. The Jallianwala Bagh massacre day, it is etched in the annals of history, an event that cannot be forgotten. The walls seem to be speaking to me. It was just another peaceful day, another peaceful protest. But someone didn't get the agenda. We were just enjoying the sun, and suddenly we're dodging bullet marks. Talk about a bad day. When we walk through the walls of Jallianwala Bagh, the bullet marks greet us, silent witnesses to the horrors of today. If they could speak, they'd probably grumble. You know, being a bullet mark isn't as glamorous as it sounds. We didn't choose this life. We were just enjoying the shade, and then, bam, we're a part of history. If our monuments could speak, they'd probably say to us, we are just stones and metal, but we've been witnesses to the best and the worst of humanity. Monuments like Jallianwala Bagh might urge us, don't just visit us. Listen to our voices. Strive for a world where no more gardens turn into graveyards. If stones could speak, the Taj would whisper, of moonless night, a lover's sight, a grief cast. The Red Fort stands tall, through rise and fall. Witness to crown and people's cry, echoing freedom's fervent sigh. Jallianwala Bagh, a scar that bleeds, etched in history, embodied in heart. If stones could speak, their tales would tell of eras risen and empires that fell. In every stone, a history traced. In every stone, a history traced.